What's to it, family? I'm back at you again, like I'm mad at you again, but for sure I'm glad that we're here again. I want to make this quick video about being more creative. I want you to consider being more creative with your just your self-improvement, your way, being more creative with how you deal with things, and also keeping that level of creativeness to yourself. Like, I don't know how many of you have like social media platforms and so forth. And sometimes you know how people post things on social media. They just put up posts, and sometimes these posts, whether you acknowledge it or not, or accept it or not, they sometimes be posts reflective of how you're thinking in that moment or how you must have been thinking at some point, right? So that's the part when I say be more creative in everything that you do, and also be incognito about it. Meaning don't post it, don't post everything, and be more creative, because, and this is why I say this, right? You catch what I'm going with it. So look at it like your opposition. I'm gonna say your opposition, but look at it like the challenges that you face, are entities that's trying to study you. You see what I'm saying? They study your thought process. They study where they think you at all the time, or as much as they can, so that obviously they can put together their next, their next move or whatever, or the next challenge for you. And they do that by trying to get into your thought process, right? Meaning, so if you got like, a social media or something like that you post things or anything, anybody you talk to, just be mindful of the people who you talk to that talk to other people, anything. You know what I mean? Because I'm saying this to say you might not have none of those things going on, but the Most High God is calling us to be co-creators in a certain way, that we have to be more creative in everything that we do, even with your guarding your heart, even with the guarding, clearing your path and allowing things to, even with your manifestations, is what I'm trying to say. Because reason why, because it's like everything in the world just came to me like, in order for somebody to conquer anything, they have to study it first. You know what I'm saying? That's like in pro boxing or pro football, or if somebody want to be a doctor, or if they want to be, I don't know, anything, a veterinarian, anything you can think of, they're going to study the very thing that they want to be superior, or that they want to be, that they want to conquer in some form or fashion, even if it's just the education of it, right? So that's where the thought comes from. Is like anything that a person try to do, they have to study. They're gonna study it first. They're gonna study the nature of what they have to learn. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna study the nature of what they must be victorious with, or what they want to be or seek to be victorious over or with, or something like that. They're gonna study it, right? So just be mindful of whoever, the things that you do that becomes external from yourself, right? That you externalize, rather, outside of yourself, because what that'll make you much more victorious, and it make you much more efficient with what you got going on. That will make you much more efficient with your next execution, right? Just being more incognito and creative, but being even more incognito and discreet with that creativeness. You see what I'm saying? So it's just that simple, man. Like you can be thinking of the master plan. And then if you put pieces of it out, not even pieces, even little pieces, that helps. You know what I'm saying? If for someone or anything, or we talking about spiritual things, right? Speaking things out into the heavens or whatever. If you say it may not have nothing to do with the person or the platform. It's just about you speaking it out to the heavens. You see what I'm saying? Speaking it out into the universe in a certain kind of way. So you really don't want to be, even if it's somebody that you feel like this person is harmless, or don't give them no pieces or nothing like that. Nothing. Don't say nothing to them. Don't always speak on how you're feeling, how you're doing, where you're going, what's your next move, because these are all they are little pieces at a time to your puzzle that you don't want no one else to be able to put together, right? So don't put those pieces out there at all. Put your poker face on. That's what I'll call this video. Put your poker face on is what I'm trying to told you. Like, let's get more discreet and more creative with our next moves, and even the way that we climb these mountains. You see what I'm saying? Even the way that we move mountains. Let's get more discreet and creative in the way that we do these things. You see what I'm saying? More discreet and creative. That it's like having your poker face on. So you're not putting out nothing for no one to study you, or no spiritual entities or nothing like that to learn you. You see what I'm saying? In a way where they feel like, oh, I know what I can do for her, or I know what I can do for him. And this is just a way of allowing God to clear your path for you. We had to be a little more discreet with how we thinking and where we headed. You see what I'm saying? And the way we do that is by, putting our poker face on with the things that we moving forward in, on the things that we are also present in, that same power and all that you are present, and just be more mindful of that. There's different ways of being mindful of that, and being more creative and discreet, and when you talk to people, sometimes when you posting things on your social medias or whatever you do, let that be separate from where you really are. Not saying that you post things that you don't really represent. I'm not asking you or suggesting that you post things that you're really not about. What I'm saying is where you are presently or currently, leave that separate from what you put out. You know what I mean? Until you at a height, until you get to a certain height. And what I mean by height is a certain level of maturity. Until you get to a certain level of maturity or height that, you can put out certain things or say certain things or mention certain things, and it ain't going to make a difference about it going out into the heavens or going out into, spiritual realms that may attend to work against you, because you already accomplished it. Right? You already achieved it. And the fact of the matter is you have already achieved regardless. You see, you're already successful regardless. And just be mindful of that. I wanted to put that out there real quick. Whoever that may resonate with, I hope that help you. Because sometimes it wouldn't even hurt, to throw out curves. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you being, if you feel like you got certain people in your life from the past or like that, and they might be trying to, come back into your life or get information or get close to you to get, whatever that is. Sometimes, it may be good to just do just enough to lead them in one direction, knowing you're going in another direction. You see? So that's how you want to be more creative in so many ways. Be discreet, be mindful of what you're putting out there. And if you do put something out there, Just don't let it. It doesn't have to lead back to where you currently are. It can lead back to you, but it don't have to lead back to where you currently are. You see what I'm saying? To your. It doesn't have to pretty much like how some things you can do on your phone that can capture your location. You see, it don't have to lead back to your current location. You see, so you can be in just like you being in Miami, right? But you was in Vegas a couple days before that, and you post a Vegas, and I'm not gonna ask you to go on social media and do this, but I'm just giving you the example. You posted a Vegas post, and you already in Miami, but it looked like you in Vegas. You see what I'm saying? So that's actually a good idea, because that leaves any unwanted tracking or any unwanted monitoring in vagueness themselves, right? So, be more creative, be more incognito, or how you do things. It's all about, what I'm saying, getting better each day. You know what I mean? Getting better each day, because one thing I will say is, the more you move forward, the more the more you participate in what it is that has to be done each day, you're gonna get better. Even if you stumble, even if you find yourself, seeing like, oh, this person or this thing, this situation, or that, you can see yourself, well, you could have done better. Put it like that. It's still you're gonna learn something about yourself. You're gonna learn something about the world around you on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Because for everything they think, the Bible say the enemy got the same old tricks. So, in other words, at some point they run out of tricks. You see, that at some point, the enemy or the opposite, however you want to say, they run out of. They want to go run out of it, and they're going to have the same old, psyops. You see what I'm saying? So, just be thankful that you actually got something out of every situation. Be more discreet, be more creative, and incognito about it. In every form of fashion, in every way that you communicate, whether it's social media or talking or texting, whatever it is. And again, you get greater each day. It gets greater. So, to the next video. Put your poker face on. Peace, positivity, optimism, and power. Water.